Hey guys, what is going on? It's Simon here from Get Into Crypto with a quick update for Bitcoin. Firstly, apologies, I've not done a video for a little while. I've had loads of stuff going on. I've had a very busy time with my day job, so unfortunately been something that's had to give way recently. But still fully into crypto here. Still, obviously trading the what is still at the moment, in my opinion, a bull market. Yeah, we've seen some really nice moves over the last few weeks, especially in Ethereum. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video. But I wanted to jump straight into the Bitcoin price because at the moment we're starting to see Bitcoin sort of come off a little bit. I just want to understand, what we're seeing currently in the charts. So just looking at the daily here, obviously we've seen Bitcoin in this uptrend. We sort of topped out around about sort of 64k, just shy of 65k, and this was actually a fib extension target. So if we just quickly flip back to a weekly chart, we can see we had this Fibonacci from the 2017 top down to the low in end of 2018, and we just came up and hit this this 3.618, which was around about sort of 63k, and then we've actually been coming off since. So yeah, just back onto the daily, I just really want to comment on the move that we've seen off this high here. I mean, if we actually count the sort of red bars when we went back down sort of below the fib level, it's actually been 10 days in total. We've seen one green day over that 10-day period. The rest have been down days. So yeah, things are not looking too healthy, and obviously at the moment we're starting to come down and challenge this low here. So obviously we're all trying to figure out what's next for Bitcoin, what the price is going to do over the next few weeks. I mean, just to kind of say, I'm not selling in here. This is for me, it's an opportunity to buy the dip. And let's just give it some context. If we actually look at the dips we've seen in Bitcoin, you can see here, obviously our first major dip sort of came off around about the 42k level, and we retraced just shy of 32%. We got another one here, which was around about sort of 20, 25, 26%. Another one here, which is about sort of call it about 18%, just under 20%. And then obviously we've got this one here, which currently is around sort of 25, 26%. So similar to the sell-off we saw, which was back in February time. But of course, it's potentially not over yet, and we could go lower. I think just in terms of downside targets, I would say we are, for me, in a position here where the actual extent of the pullback and also the duration of the pullback, for me is satisfactory to say that this pullback could be over or about to be over. I think in the near term, obviously, as we're testing this low, if this gets taken out, then I am looking for some sort of response around the sort of 45, 46k region. So obviously we've got this level I've drawn in here, and if that goes, the level I really want to see get held is around the 40k mark, which is obviously the top of the market from January time. So obviously this was this was a resistance level that I want to see flipped into support, and we can obviously play out this slightly extended sort of sideways range, potentially sort of going into the summer, when at some point I would expect us to revert back higher. But yeah, I mean, this is not financial advice at all. This content is purely for informational purposes. But if I actually look at myself and what I've been doing, I'm happy to start to add to my position here, and obviously, retest of around, well, a test of around 45k, and also a test of 40k. For me, are areas that I am looking to buy more. And if we actually just go onto the weekly chart, we can actually see that we've got a very important support line coming in here. This is currently around sort of 43k, call it, where we've got the 20-week and the 21-week moving averages. And obviously the week's about to close, and we're going to actually see this support moving averages come up to 44, around about 44.5k. So not too far off this 45k resistance, sorry, the support level. So yeah, if we do come down lower, I'll be looking for this area of confluence to hold. You know, potentially we might see a wick down to retest this resistance as support from back in January. But you know, I very much want to see us close next week, and obviously this week as well. You know, still about sort of about 3 hours to go at the time of recording this, but I want to see us hold this weekly 20 MA on a weekly close, really. So it might be that we get a wick down and form some sort of hammer, and then look to actually carry on back up and resume back into our uptrend. So yeah, I don't believe that we're topping out just yet. But if we just go back to our daily to see where we are, we can see, you know, we were a little bit sort of overheated, shall we say, whilst we are up here. I think a lot of people were starting to expect this to break out. A lot of people were sort of drawing this like a little bit of a ascending triangle, which is something that you can kind of see on my chart. But you know, I can kind of draw it something like that. And this by all means was looking like it was about to break out. Obviously, the market started to get extended in terms of the leverage longs, and then we've come off. So yeah, I am looking for the bulls to step in and obviously support this above what is, for me, a really key support region, which, like I say, you know, call it sort of 44 up to about 46k. And then if that gets lost, then ultimately I'm looking for the 40k level to hold, and we'll just have to take it from there. Obviously, if that does go, I've got this rising sort of ascending trend line, which I've drawn in here, which might potentially be an area that we do look to wick down to. Obviously, we'll be coming into to support here. This is around about the time that obviously Tesla came out and announced that they'd made their Bitcoin purchase. And yeah, what more can be said? I mean, I was having a conversation with a friend today about the sell-off, and it just feels like at the moment it just feels like it's pretty relentless. And a lot of these dumps are coming kind of overnight as well. If we just kind of go into an hourly quickly to kind of show this, but you know, these are the early hours. Obviously, I'm in the UK. These are the early hours of the morning that we saw this dump. This was the China blackout, and then again going into the evening time, we kind of saw this dump on the 22nd into the 23rd of May. And then again, we're coming into the evening time now, and over here, and we seem to be seeing another dump again. So, yeah, there's not much more I can really say. But yeah, obviously, it looks like we have now taken this low out. So I would be yeah, looking for this sort of 45 46k level to hold. And obviously this is now starting to have an impact on the other markets. Like Ethereum was up today, was up, you know, fairly nicely, you know, around about lunchtime here in the UK. And obviously thanks to Bitcoin sort of coming off, it just seems to be dragging the whole market down, which obviously it would do. The crypto market as a whole will tend to follow Bitcoin's lead, and of course we've got Bitcoin dominance now starting to recover as you know, the market starts to sell off in periods of high volatility for Bitcoin. We do normally see altcoins you know, sort of not fare too well. So I'm not too surprised that we're starting to see dominance creep back up a bit. And just looking at the dominance chart, we have come down towards the 50% level. And yeah, we've kind of tagged this extended sort of trend line that's been drawn. And yeah, it's into an area where I would really have been expecting there to be a bit of, support coming into Bitcoin, in terms of its dominance. Obviously, I was personally thinking that we'd actually see Bitcoin start to revert higher, and that would actually be the sort of protagonist for then the Bitcoin dominance to start to recover, would be, a bit of a surge in the Bitcoin price. But actually, it's come off the back of Bitcoin starting to come sort of test lower. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this plays out. Like I say, if we just go down, probably go down to the hourly, we can see we've taken this low out. And yeah, let's see if we can find some support here. A lot of the times these markets, they will wick below a recent low. This is obviously going to be a bit of a liquidity pool down here, where you're going to have a lot of people stops. You're also going to have short sellers that actually put orders into the market to then enter a short position off the back of this low being taken out. So this could go one or two ways. Either Bitcoin sort of goes through this level, or it could start to come down and sort of weak through, and then we'll see a swift bounce. So yeah, pretty critical time as it is. And yeah, I think certainly for myself, that there's no real need to panic. Like I say, overall, looking at the larger time frames, this looks like a fairly standard Bitcoin correction. Like I say, 25 to 30% pullbacks are normal, very normal in a Bitcoin bull market. So appear as a consolidation, so a retest of the 20-week moving average, which Bitcoin has been yet to do since September last year. So so over 6 months ago, and it's well overdue in my opinion. So this was always going to be on the cards. And of course, having this little fake out of the triangle up here, is kind of like the perfect time to do it. For me, it does scream of manipulation. Obviously, this all happened over a weekend. We've now sold off in a pretty quick manner. But like I say, the Bitcoin market is still fairly unregulated, still fairly within its infancy, and manipulation is there to to be expected in a way, especially with a lot of new retail investors coming into the space and obviously getting involved at these higher levels here. So yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Obviously, thanks for watching. I will try and get back on YouTube a little bit more frequently going forward. I'm in the process of relocating myself and moving shortly. So in a month's time, I should be starting to get set up in my new place and be able to have a little bit more time to get on YouTube and obviously start streaming again. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you do like the content, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and I will catch you soon.